A very warm welcome to Yildiz Readings 5D. Before we get into the content, a very warm welcome and an update as to what we do here. We cover your psychic energies by zodiac, your twin flame path, astrology and more. And yes, we are live every Friday, so come along and join us and click the bell, you'll get a notification. And we do have the Members Hub. Now the Members Hub is a protected place where twin flames can go. You also can get the pre-release content ahead of the game and all the extensions, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, due to the fact I'm a psychic medium. Now, separately, we have additional lives, but just click the bell and I'll update you. And if you do want a booking, the website link is below and above on the screen. You can see we have different styles of readings. We also have group sessions. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Sit back, relax, grab a cuppa, and I'll see you on the other side. Leo, we're here to do your read. Okay, now I have pulled the cards and I've digested some of what's coming through with your cards, which I'm sure you've had enough to digest over the last few weeks, and especially leading through the eclipse and beyond. You do have a lot of thoughts. Now, you have a circumstance at the moment and you're trying to really gain momentum, and this can be quite a fast-paced action point in time. Again, you can feel as though you have a lot to say. I really feel you're really owning that energy like you're a Saturn Leo, and I don't know why it's coming through that way, particularly because I do look at astrology and you have grandfather sky coming through. Now, we are having Mars move into the house of Leo, and this is the boss up energy, and I do feel it's coming in divine timing for you. Moving through Mars and Cancer, I do feel it has been a little bit testing, but I do feel it's all systems go because you do have the throat chakra, the Mercury. Now, slow and steady wins the pace. And again, you may be being really strict on yourself. You may be feeling as though you have the weight of the world on your shoulders and that you're far behind and you've got so much to do. And it may be due to also, it can be due to a person you were surrounding yourself with, but also this is part of your destiny. You know, your destiny is also to complete certain things to get to a point we can address. The way it's coming through is two things. One, there may have been an immature circumstance and the burden has been left on you. The other is that you are very cross with yourself and due to a circumstance, you're having to be the king and queen in your own life. But I feel it's more the masculine element, be it you're female or male. It's like you have to do something. There's something that you're doing. It's slow and steady wins the race. But I also have your romantic interest cards here too. I feel you're shoving that to the side for a second, and I'll tell you why. I do feel there has been a circumstance that's played out surrounding home, accommodation, family, love, and your beliefs. And it has been overwhelming. And this is be it you're coupled or singled. Okay, you're trying to get this fresh start. You're trying to achieve this. You're willing to have this, but you're going to require, you are growing and shedding old skin, but you also need this individual to boss up. So while they're doing such, you're bossing up to no avail. Like this is a huge, huge shift. And you're really addressing anything you need to deal with. Okay, there was a point where you felt there was two ways this could go. And there may have been a little bit of a pause. Now that pause may have been the way you saw the story playing out. Okay? Partner's calling. Okay, yeah, this may have been connected to a romantic interest, and somehow it's almost like you've had to be the man and female. Whoever you are, you've had to be both energies, but you may have felt that this other energy was either juggling or maybe indecisive. So you in your own life have had to take a ship forward, and that's you being it, okay? But you do now have an ideal. And it's funny because the Leo clients I have, and looking at your charts astrologically, you do have marriage there, okay? But many of you are asking, so where is this? Through this transit, what you do learn is what you do and don't like. And you're owning that vibration. And with Mars transiting into your house, you're going to be very vital. You're going to be getting healthy. You're going to be extremely busy. You'll have the energy to achieve anything you're trying to. I'm not saying it won't be complicated, but I'm seeing it come through in your cards. And this was due to a person in the past, but also due to a circumstance that's been playing out. For some of you, this might have been a family-related dynamic, but it's been very, very tense. Like I said, you're really turning into this independent guru, okay? You've learned a great deal. You're turning into this independent human being, but you're also, because you're embodying this energy, you're actually, again, be it your male or female, you're putting your foot down, okay? You're putting your foot down. I'm hearing the term enough is enough, but you don't have time to think about that. You've got 99 problems in your mind, okay? So in your mind, you have a very firm thought now what is going to be a workable deal for you. So yes, this person may be going through situations at the moment, and you've had to be the life raft. You're tired of being the life raft. You're now your own life raft at this point. You're moving into, you've got some great cards here. You do have some bit of adversity, which I'm going to tune into it in the moment, but you're following your intuition. You're doing what you feel is best, and it is making you have to be an independent thinker. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Okay. A few stories coming through here. Okay, there may be, you know, a situation playing out with a child or immaturity, and I feel it's more immaturity, and you want this human being to grow up. And again, we tend to mirror each other, so you definitely are. But it sort of appears to be that you're going to be quite forthright with this individual. You could be calling out a betrayal. You may be saying you have too much on your plate. You don't have time for drama. But your expectations are up here now. You know that the wound has occurred. So, you know, when a wound occurs, the collective can sometimes get angry when we say, you know, and we can only ever speak for our own humanistic experience from a psychological point of view, is that once the wound is there, trying to make peace with it can be pretty tedious, to say the least, but it can impact other facets of your life. When you start dealing with the shadow and you're moving to release, it's actually a very liberating, freeing feeling. So it no longer defines you. It's like, it did happen, it was crap. You know, we really wish that didn't happen. It was outside of your control. And yes, sometimes we can look at the polarity of where do we lead a person to believe maybe the attention wasn't there, blah, blah, blah. Regardless, you're calling this out. You're like, look, enough is enough. You want to go play. I don't have the time for this. The person that I'm attracting in my life is attentive, is present, is stepping forward, is focused on this household, and not other. Okay? So this appears to be a conversation that is going to be had or has been had. And in your mind, this is the way you're viewing it. For some of you, there may have been a circumstance in your family, but also feeling as though the family unit was breaking to pieces, maybe even being a single parent, maybe, you know, you feeling as though, you know, this is never going to go to a commitment. Are you ever going to be married? But there's stresses. There's stresses relating to, you know, connections and your belief systems inside of those things. But you're tackling it and you're confronting it head on, and you're looking at the devil in the detail. And you're bringing it to an end. You're confronting it and you're bringing it to an end. You're like, enough. No more. This is you communicating. I feel because you're doing things at the moment to take your power back, this is becoming extremely attractive, but it's actually scaring this individual. I feel this may be why they have related to you in the way they have, is because they're having to face their shadow inside their life. They know that potentially there has been dramas. They have been thinking that, you know, maybe you would be taken, maybe you would move on. But having to face their shadow is a very separate energy to what could happen with you. That's the truth. You know, that's that person's work. Our work is on our side. Sometimes we attract like-minded. We can feel that that person's being taken, and then when these scenarios play out, you know, we're faced our shadow and it no longer defines us. Because you're wanting to leave that in the past, this person also knows that that has to be left in the past. They know what happened. Yes, they know in the heart back then, they can't be scared that they're going to lose something unless they put the work into it. And so that they do know that they were scared, because some of these things can be abandonment wounds. It can be, look, if I, you know, invest, you know, and theoretically a lot of us tend to think, oh, well, you know, the reason why they don't want to invest is because there could be something better out there. But sometimes it's because they know their limitations, and at that point where they are psychologically, spiritually, physically, they feel they don't have the ability to be responsible. And they didn't want to hurt you. This is what's coming through. They didn't want to be your enemy. They didn't want to lose. So by investing too much, there was always a risk of loss. They understand now that approach has really hindered them, and you know, there's no more rat in a cage. There's no more circular effect, because it gets them nowhere. It gets you moody, and you say it how it is, and you explain, you know, that you do have options, that you do have an open road, that you also maybe for some of you have household situations going on, you have hopes and goals, you want to live with a person, you want them to be present. Some of you can be thinking back to an offer. The offer maybe was of home, moving in together. And that can be on your side, Leo, where you potentially, you know, were waiting, maybe didn't feel that due to what happened in the past, this was a sure deal, which is very similar to what this individual's done. I do feel in the past maybe there was money poured into this circumstance, and you don't want to have your money mucked up. But you also know that, you know, you can bounce back, but it's more, you're digging deep and you're realizing it's more than that. Okay. I feel there's a conversation here. Yes, something's taken you by surprise. It may be the demeanor this person has taken on, a conversation that has been had. I feel you're sifting through things, although you do have a lot on your plate, and there's still this ability to move. There appears to be something that you need clarity on. Now, this surprise may be that you thought you couldn't trust this person, and they actually show up and they're more in alignment than you thought. I do feel, though, your mind is for them to acknowledge the fact that there has been a self-indulgence. And I pulled a clarifier based on this, and it does feel as though you feel this individual hasn't been putting the work into this connection. You may be a mother or father, you know, and be dealing with a business or something to that degree. So you're trying to get your ducks in a row. And so unless this person is coming towards you and matching, you're just not negotiating. Let's have a look at the snippet and see how this is going to play out. And then if you do feel it resonates, feel free to come through. The link for the members is directly below. And if you go to the beginning of the video, you'll have an intro as to how to find the members up. Take care. You guys are super funny, Leo. Okay, I don't know what you're saying to this individual or what your thoughts are, but you're done on it. I'm sorry, I just find this really funny. It's almost like you feel that if this person had chosen another person before, and I'm not laughing at you nor this situation, I've got to be bloody careful because Mercury is retrograde, but this is the channeled energy that's coming through, and I find it beautiful, and it's just this, like, I'm just going to say it. It's almost like you're saying, if you want junk, go get junk, but you're not getting it here, and I'll show you junk. I'll show you karmic. Come and have a look. Go Leo. Thanks for joining Yildiz Readings 5D. Yes, we have a whole lot more content coming up, so please subscribe so you do get the notification. Do click the bell. Now, we are live every Friday. If you look above the screen, you will see the information, as well as I will start posting it the day before in the community tab to give you an update and a reminder. Those of you who are looking at how to join the Members Hub, this is where you can locate it. And also below every video, I have a link directly for that. If you do want to make a booking on the website, we do have the image of the website above here. It is quite easy to navigate through. We have a lot of webinars and different services coming up, and there's a video that you can watch to help you through the process. If you have any issues, inbox me. Please don't book, and I can help you on the other side. Love and light, guys. Take very good care of yourselves, and I'll see you throughout the months.